Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. This here is my little craft corner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff. And today I'm sharing with you 10 free camisole patterns that you just want to knit up for summer straight away because we are entering summer right now. It is time to bust out all the camisoles, all the summer knits. I am wearing one of my camisoles that I made last year. I think, I made this almost a year ago and it's still one of my favorite things to wear. It is great to wear in summer in the hot weather, and this is the first day that I'm wearing like camisoles like this because all of a sudden it's really warm here in the Netherlands. So let's get into it. I have 10 free patterns to share with you. I sorted them by weight, by yarn weight. So let's start with the fingering weight patterns, and I have them as usual on my laptop, so you sometimes see me looking down a bit. Maybe that's because I'm looking at the pattern so that I can tell you every single thing about it. You will also find a bundle linked down below. I will link it in the description of this video. You will find a bundle with all these patterns in there, so you can look through them by yourself, look through all the project notes from other people. All the patterns will be linked down below. But let's get into the first pattern. So first of all, I have the Dima camisole by Kumu Dima. And this is a very recent release because it got released yesterday at the time of recording, which is 2 days ago. For when you're watching this, it got released on Friday. And it's a beautiful camisole which is made in fingering weight yarn in seed stitch completely. And then on the top here it has tiny bows that look like, well, they're not I-cord, they're just very thin straps that come together in a nice bow. And this is perfect. I have made a camisole that has bigger bows here, and I love that one as well, but I think smaller bows for summer when it's really warm, it will not get too heavy, so it will not fall down. This pattern is great, and it is completely for free. So absolutely go grab this pattern, knit it up straight away. I'm already thinking what yarn I want to use for this because I'm very certain that I want to knit this up as soon as possible. It's just so gorgeous. Seed stitch is a bit more difficult than just stockinette. You have to think about it a bit more, but that's all fine. That's all great because the end result will look incredible. And then the second pattern that I have here is a Vilonia by Samantha Stutter. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who knows? This is also made in fingering weight yarn, and it uses 3.75mm needles, which means the gauge is a bit looser and the finished object becomes a bit more see-through, which I find to look incredible in this pattern. It kind of has that razor back detailing and just a bit more see-through, so you will want to wear like either a sports bra or something to cover up, maybe, or not. It all depends on whatever you want, of course, but I see that she wore it with knitted bralette underneath it for the pictures on Ravelry, and it just looks so beautiful, and it looks like something that you want to put on when it's really warm and everything is sticky, because this kind of feels like it won't stick to your skin that easily, which might be because these are obviously pictures and who knows what they will look like in real life, but this just looks like something you want to throw on when it's really warm, so you don't, like, you have to wear something, but it's very loose around your body and everything. I love it so much. This is also something that I would really like to make one day. It's not top of my list, but I would really like to make this as well. Then the third pattern that I have is another fingering weight pattern. This is the Dijon top by Karina Harper. And this is just with beautiful lace work all over. So it's even more see-through than the second pattern that I showed you. and it is super detailed. It is so pretty. It's kind of has the same vibe of having something loose around your body, not too tight fitting. Obviously, with all the holes of the lace, it will also be nice and breezy for summer. This is just perfect, and I feel like the different colors that the designer used for their picture for Revelry are just so great. This would be perfect for something, not self-striping, but fading, like faded yarn. This would be perfect for that. I like it so much. I can keep saying this about all the 10 patterns that I'm showing you today. I love them all and I want to knit them all, but this definitely has a very special place for me, and I would absolutely love to knit this up because it's just, again, nice and breezy summer top to wear. Love it. Definitely want to knit this. So those were all the fingering weight patterns. I had 3 fingering weight patterns, and I have 1 sport weight, and that is the Ines by Emily Nora O'Neill. And this is just, it looks very basic. It's very just a basic top, but then at the bottom we do have some lace, which is just the prettiest, tiniest detailing that just kind of elevates this pattern from being a very basic pattern, which there's nothing wrong with the basic pattern. Like, this camisole is literally the most basic thing ever, but it just kind of elevates it from being like, oh, this is super basic and just a staple piece, to, oh, there's some fun going on. There's just something and interesting that just kind of keeps you going. So you just do the lace at the end, because I believe this is worked bottom down. I believe this is worked top down, other way around. So top down, so then at the bottom you will have the lace. And I feel like it's the perfect treat for if you've done straight stockinette for 30 centimeters or something like that. That in the end you get to do all the pretty lace work, and then you get to bind up and have your perfect, beautiful camisole. That's great. Yeah, this is a sport weight pattern, which is this, yeah, in between fingering weight and DK weight. DK weight is definitely, for me, the thickest that I want to go when knitting camisoles for myself. I do have 1 worsted weight pattern that will come up right at the end of the video. And for me, sport weight is just kind of this very nice in between fingering and DK. This is knit up with 3.75mm needles as well. So same as the second pattern, but it's just a different yarn weight. So this is not see-through at all, whereas the second camisole was. And then we're moving on to DK weight. First of all, I have the Sarah by Sadie Nordlund. And this is a very beautiful reversible camisole. So one side has buttons and then the other side does not. And you just choose which color you want, which side you want to be on the front. And I think that's a great idea. I think it's just 2 camisoles in one. Perfect, great, and the details are so beautiful. I really like this stitch. I'm not sure, it looks to be broken rib, yeah. Seems like it's broken rib, and I'm really attracted to broken rib at the moment. I've never knit broken rib before. I'm trying to find out if it indeed is broken rib. I don't know. It could be broken rib, not 100% sure, but it looks like it is broken rib stitch. And I love it so much. This is a DK weight pattern, again, knit up in 4mm needles. Free pattern. They're all free. And this comes in the size extra small to double XL. Also pretty nice size range. And this is just, it feels like something you could wear to the beach or something, just casually. It's something you can wear when you're going for lunch with your friends. You could also just wear it a bit more professionally, like maybe to an office if your office allows these kind of camisoles, or just, I don't know, it's a great mix between just wearing it casually, wearing it professionally, just wearing it anytime basically, because this pattern lends itself to that pretty greatly. I feel like if I were to knit this, I would knit it up in like linen or something that has linen in it. I don't know why. I'm not I'm not super great with like yarn types, or yeah, I'm not really great with that. But I feel like this is a linen top. Yeah, it's just beautiful, and I want to cast it on. The first one was something that I really want to cast on super soon. This is another one that I really want to cast on super soon. If I find the yarn, the time, and the energy to do this, I would love to cast that on. Then I also have the Claudia top by Dani Ruiz. Again, pronunciations, not my greatest, not my strongest suit. We're doing fine here. And this is just for those very warm days, for those beachy days, for just going out with your friends, having fun. This is the perfect top. I love it so much. I don't think I would personally wear this that easily, but I feel like it always looks great on other people, but it's not really something for me. It's just held together with two tiny buttons at the front, so it's more. So it's not really a blouse or anything, but it's just a top with a couple buttons. And then I just love this whole vibe. I just don't think it is for me, but I do really love it, and that's great. Um, so yeah, this is knit up in 4mm needles. So this is knit up with 4mm needles, which is great for DK weight yarn. And it is a made to measure pattern, so it will fit about everybody if you just do the calculations correctly. I've recently also learned that I'm not a made to measure kind of person, but that's alright. If made to measure is your thing, and if these kind of camisoles are your thing, guess this on straight away, because I believe this will be amazing for those very, very warm days where you just kind of don't want anything hugging you too tightly. Just throw this on and call it a day, because I promise you it will look great on you. It's just not something that it's not something I would ever wear, but it's a great pattern nonetheless. Then in the DK weight section, I also have the Army by Sofia Gronos. And this is just the cutest thing ever. And I would definitely wear this with high-waisted skinny jeans or something like that. Because the top it looks to be pretty, well, not super fitting, but it's pretty straight up until the hips. And then it just goes out a bit with all the frills, and it is so cute. It is such a cute way, again, of elevating a simple camisole, which is doing some frills or some like cute thing on the bottom that would kind of capture your attention and kind of capture the knitter's attention as well, with being like, oh, this is a top-down pattern, but in the end I get to do the ruffles. That's great. And this is also knit up in 4mm yarn. I see that it is only a finished pattern, but I feel like if you really want to knit this, you will find a way to translate it. I know I definitely will, because I will be knitting this pattern even though it's only a finish. I will knit this, but I'll just have to translate it first by myself, which is fine because this pattern is so pretty. I again feel like this is something that you can either dress down or you can dress it up. You can put it like with those high-waisted skinny jeans and kind of make it more business casual, or you can just wear it with shorts and just go to the beach or go with your friends or something with it. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can do whatever you want with it. It is just a very nice pattern. It's a very nice thing to knit. And then I have the, again, pronunciation. This is the Suvi Pitsitopi by Mintu Wikberg. And this is, again, this nice lace work on a cropped, what looks like to be kind of a cropped, tight fitting pattern. It is so cute. It is so nice. I feel like they're kind of the lightning bolt. That's the word. The lightning bolt kind of movements that the lace work makes is so pretty. It's such a cute, nice detail, and I just love it so much. This would be something that I would really want to cast on quickly, because I feel like I can cast this off quickly as well. It is unfortunately, again, a finished pattern, but as I mentioned before, you can just translate it and you'll be fine. I feel like you'll be fine translating this. Just learn the abbreviations and read a bit more carefully. You'll be fine, and then this top is amazing to have as a finished object. I believe you would want to translate finish if the end result would be to have this pattern, because wow. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just so pretty. And I really want to have this for this summer. I don't know if I'm going to make it, because all these patterns are great, and almost all these patterns I would knit up for myself, and almost all these patterns I would want straight away. But that's kind of impossible. So we will manage. And then we're moving on to the worsted weight patterns. I have 2 worsted weight patterns to finish this video off with. And the first one is by Lana Grosse, and the name is in German, but the pattern is in lots of languages, also English. It's called the number 8, Top mit betonten Abnahmen. Don't know what that means, but that's alright. And this is just a very cute pattern, which is, it feels like a staple. If you have some yarn that you really want to showcase and you don't want the pattern to kind of overrule the yarn, this is a great staple pattern to knit. This is a great, like, mindless knit, except for the cups and the sleeves maybe. But this is a perfect knit to just kind of showcase your yarn with. You could maybe add some striping if you want to make it more interesting, or do something, but it's a very nice basic base pattern that's, I don't know, I just think it's a great staple piece, basically. And I would definitely, if I had some worsted weight yarn laying around, and as I mentioned in the beginning, worsted weight is not really a weight that I would consider for knitting summer tops or camisoles. But if I had some worsted weight cotton laying around for some reason, I would cast this on, because it seemed like such an easy knit that really just showcases your yarn. Yeah, I would make an exception for this pattern. And then lastly, I have another worsted weight top, and this is the Girly Knits Bra Top by Lauren Riker. And this is so cute. There are different lengths for basically everything. There's a bralette version, there's a cropped version, and there's a long version. And it is all for free. It's all in one pattern, all the modifications you can make for yourself. And I just really like this. It is a bit more tight fitting, so it's, like, that's must be your taste if you want to knit this. I show you a couple that are like looser fitting. This is a bit more tight fitting pattern. But it is so cute, so beautiful. I really like the detailing on the top. Like, it accentuates everything perfectly. I love this, and this is also something that's really high on my list, despite it being worsted weight. This is something that's really, really, really high on my I want to knit this list. I just need to find some worsted weight yarn, basically. But that's going to be alright. Yeah, those were all the 10 patterns that I had for you. And I really enjoyed showing them to you. I always get so super excited while like planning these videos and while recording these videos, because all these patterns are so beautiful, and then I get super excited to knit them all, and then I don't actually end up knitting many of these because there's just way too many patterns that are way too cute, and there's just not enough time for my hands to knit them all. But I'm going to try my hardest knitting some of these this summer. So if you want to stay updated on that, you can subscribe to my channel and you will see me in my other videos, like my podcast, talking about what I knit. And then you might recognize some of these patterns. I've also made a couple other videos about knitting patterns, free knitting patterns, or the seasonal knitting patterns, or just patterns that I'm absolutely obsessed with. You can also watch those. I'll be sure to link them somewhere on the screen, either right now or in a couple seconds. And in the meantime, I'll see you guys next week. So take care, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!